one thing I did kind of want to start with you to get you going, is, kind of your journey with Dante, because I mean, he's at that point now where, you're not just exploring the college aspect kind of theoretically for the future.
Yeah.
But now, and obviously you started when, I don't know, how old was he when he started playing?
6.
Is it? Yeah, 6. So, you're kind of going through all of that. I know a lot of people have heard the story in bits and pieces, but I just kind of wanted, from a parent perspective who's probably seen it all, because you've had the ups and downs and moving up to a higher level and thinking about college now where you're actually having to do things, or hopefully he's doing things.
Yeah.
You're kind of going through all that. So I just really wanted to get you started on that for helping other parents and honestly even coaches.
Cool.
Because, unfortunately, parents and coaches need to be in it together, and yet for a lot of reasons there's natural friction.
Yeah.
And so how do you deal with that? And obviously I come at it from a coaching perspective of the whole, parents are a nightmare and your coaches are a nightmare. What are we doing? We're all terrible at this. So when he's so 6, how what age did you start travel or club soccer in Carolina? I mean, so I guess he played a few years of like kind of your typical rec.
Yeah, he started off at the YMCA league.
Oh, okay.
And neither my wife or I had ever played soccer.
Right.
So, we started him off with the T-ball and the soccer.
Right.
And turns out he hated T-ball.
Did he really?
Yes.
I'm curious why. I don't want to get off track. Was it boring to him?
It was kind of boring, and my son, when he was young, he just loved to run. He ran everywhere.
Yeah, okay.
So the only thing he liked about T-ball was if he got to bat last, he could run all the bases.
Right.
So he didn't care about hitting. He didn't care about catching.
Right.
All he wanted to do every game, the first thing he did was go to the coach and say, I want to be last. And he just loved to run.
He picked the right sport. Other than track itself, he picked the right sport, right?
Yes. And I used to think that, I just thought it was normal that kids love to run so much.
Right.
But when he started playing soccer, I realized that he likes it a little bit better than most kids.
Yeah, that is true. A lot. I mean, even a lot of soccer players who love soccer do not embrace the running part of it.
Yes.
Which is, kind of where we get into the whole lack of movement off the ball when we start talking about playing at a higher level and everything, and just a lot of watching when you don't have the ball.
Yes. Well,
they'll run when it's near them, but
he's always loved to run, and like I said, we just put him in the soccer, just kind of seeing what he liked, and he was pretty much a natural going into the game, and we could tell that was something he was interested in. So we just kept going, and I think we joined the club when he was maybe 9.
Okay.
And in North Carolina, we have this thing called challenge. It's like, you have rec ball where you practice maybe once a week.
Right.
And then you have challenge where it introduces them into competition, whereas they split the teams up into 5 or 6 teams within the club, and you play each other.
Okay, right.
So,
okay.
And then you go to travel ball after that.
Okay.
So he started in challenge, and he really liked it.
Oh, good.
And then I believe when he was 11, he went out for travel ball and didn't make the team.
Really? If you told me that, I'd forgotten. That actually surprised me. So you had very early on dealing with the being cut aspect, because a lot of people you talk to about that is it happens later to them a lot of times, especially at the young age. Usually, a lot of kids they play because especially now where it's, as especially at a really big club, it's we're going to take everybody because we're going to have as many teams as we can field. And a lot of times it happens later as kids get to a higher level, that first feeling of being cut, but you had to deal with it right away. How did he react to it?
Not very well.
I didn't think so.
We actually changed clubs.
Oh, okay.
And went to a smaller club
Right.
that we really liked. The first year travel ball was awful. They went 1-11, and the one game they won was a forfeit.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
That's rough.
And a lot of times, when we were playing, I believe, at 11, we were playing maybe 9v9.
Okay.
We'd have 8 players, so we played like half the season,
yeah.
man down.
Wow.
And coach wasn't very good, but it was one of the best years, I think, in Dante's development.
Okay.
Because
good.
He learned early how to play hard through the end, even when they were losing.
Right.
Because, they were losing every game, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's interesting you say that because as you're talking, I'm thinking you hit on probably all the biggest obstacles right away. Getting cut, losing, struggling with numbers, and coaching. That's really kind of it. Like that's, and you had to deal with it all at once. And like you said, if you get through it, kind of what you said to him about what he learned, that's the great part about it. And that's always that you worry. It's like, well, if we can get through this, the player learns a lot and it makes them better going forward. Like you said, having to, especially your player down and you're losing, and you got to learn how to play whistle to whistle, right? Not be giving up. So starting with the getting cut, because as you know, with scholarships for soccer, we see that a lot with parents coming in there and asking about that. How did you handle with your son the getting cut aspect of it right away? I know you were an athlete, you were competitive, because I think probably how you react yourself and how you handle it with your son sometimes a little different.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Well, of course, I was furious.
Right. Yeah.
But I never showed it to him.
Right. Okay. Good.
But at the time, the club, we found out later that they had like 50 kids trying out, and they only had 4 spots available.
Wow.
So just about everybody got.
Right. So okay.
Just about everybody got cut. But at this point, we knew absolutely nothing about soccer. We were the perfect soccer parents for a soccer club, and we just wrote a check.
Right.
And
drove love you.
Here he is. Do whatever.
Do your thing. Yeah.
And well, the main reason I was furious is because 2 boys on Dante's team made it. And although I didn't know much about soccer, I knew that, well, I won't say I knew, but I really and strongly felt that Dante was better than them.
Right.